Now, the greatest radio shows of all time.
Suspense.
The Shadow Node.
Washington calling David Harding, counter-spy.
Classic radio theater.
The Great Gildersleeve.
Fibber McGee and Molly.
Dragnet. Gunsmoke.
The Lone Ranger.
Now, step back into our time machine with your host, Wyatt Cox.
Good evening, friends of the Inner Sanctum.
It ran longer than This Is Your FBI, didn't have the official backing of the FBI, but nevertheless, it ran on CBS and had a much stronger base to draw from. The FBI in Peace and War. This episode of the program, one of the late ones from August 24th, 1955, the show entitled Double Play.
The FBI in Peace and War. Another great story based on Frederick L. Collins' copyrighted book, The FBI in Peace and War. Drama, thrills, action. Tonight's story, Double Play.
So there it is, the bottom of the ninth. 2 out and a full count against me. Looks like the game's headed for extra innings. But then Big Nick sends along the old gopher ball. I see it coming. I get ready and I swing. Going, gone, and the ball game is over.
You sure clouded that one, Luke.
I knew it was 4 bases. The second had left Nick's hand. Well, look who's here. Hiya, sis.
Hello, Luke. Am I interrupting something?
Oh, not in your life. Benny, pull up a chair, huh?
Yeah.
You know Benny Case, don't you?
Sure. How are you, Benny?
Oh, I complain. Sit down.
I can only stay a minute. I'm having dinner with a friend.
Sit down for the minute, then. Is he falling for it, honey?
Like a ton of bricks. He's looking over this way, isn't he?
And how?
5 gets you 10. He comes over to buy a drink as soon as you sign the menu. Guy's real baseball happy.
As soon as I what?
Sign the menu for his kid. When he heard the great Luke Welker was my very own brother, there was just no stopping him.
Big shot papa, huh?
Go on, start writing. To Walter Bauer, Jr., from his pal Luke.
Where's this character from, Vera?
Oklahoma. He's here in town for some convention.
Baseball happy, huh?
Won't miss a game long as he's here.
Good. The kind really asks for it. He'll give him the old beanball and never know what hit him. There you are, sis. Real pleasure.
To Walter Bauer, Jr., from his pal Luke. Oh, that's swell, Luke. Thanks a lot.
Anytime for a friend of my sister's. You had him pegged. The character's coming over.
Sorry, boy.
Not as sorry as he's gonna be.
Sit back and relax, folks. Luke Welker is going to work.
Sid Romer, alias Luke Welker, had a harried and unprofitable career as a petty grifter until one particular day in July of last year. On that particular day, as he was leaving a ballpark, Romer found himself besieged by youthful autograph seekers who, it turned out, had mistaken him for Luke Welker. This unexpected affinity with the well-known ball player set the machinery spinning in Romer's warped brain and changed his career on the spot. From that moment on, as Luke Welker's double, he and his attractive wife began working a brand new kind of statistic into the record book.
Yes, who is it?
Me, Vera. Walter. Want me to come up?
Oh, no, I'm all ready, Walter. Coming right down.
Now, don't be long now. The game starts 8 o'clock sharp.
I won't be. Call a cab. I'll be down in a minute.
Now, that was real nice of you, honey.
Sure. A guy his age shouldn't have to climb 4 flights. Zip me up, huh?
You know, you look pretty fancy for a ball game. Why don't you doll up like that when you go stepping with me?
Doll up? For my brother?
Yeah. Okay.
Stop looking and zip.
A pleasure. Where's he taking you, anyway?
The stadium, where else?
I mean, after. How's that?
You tell me.
Well, if I were Walter Bauer and he was anything like me...
Well, he isn't, thank heaven. Walter Bauer's a perfect gentleman.
Yeah.
The game, a high ball or 2 afterward at some night spot, and then straight home with goodbye at the front door.
Yeah, one of those, huh? Not even a cozy carriage ride around the park?
Don't be juvenile, Pet. The guy's lonely. He's never been this far from Mama. All he wants
His company, another ball fan. I know the type.
Well, that's Walter. And he's all right.
No guy is all right if he thinks anything's crooked in baseball.
I haven't told him yet.
I haven't.
Haven't had the chance. I can't get a word in edgewise. Walter does all the talking.
Got a wife who doesn't understand him, huh?
No, on the contrary, she understands him very well. He's got a marriage that works, 2 kids with snapshots, a 60G home all paid for, and the only thing Oklahoma needs is a home ball club like Kansas City.
Okay, I'll take your word. You better get downstairs.
Yeah. I don't think it'd be so good if he came up looking for me.
No.
Besides, you're playing tonight, aren't you?
My double is. I'll tune in on the TV and see how I make out.
Night, honey.
Night, sis.
Hey.
You know, that Walter character, don't know what he's missing. So long, Vera. Hope our team wins by a mile.
Well, we should. I mean, after all, with a clean-up hitter like Luke Welker batting for us.
Yeah, you could say that again. With me on deck, should be a breeze.
You know something, honey? It's really remarkable.
What is?
How you can look so much like the guy and still can't tell first from home plate.
Yeah, it is remarkable, isn't it? But I can always tell a sucker when I see one, Vera. And with any kind of fielding luck, we should pull off a double play.
Back to Double Play in just a moment.
August 24th, 1955, the FBI in Peace and War here on Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox.
You ever make a change and then think, why didn't I do this years ago? Well, that's how people feel about switching to Medishare for their health care, especially now with inflation the way it is. People are very happy with the savings. Most families save about $500 a month when they switch. It's a huge help when prices are going up so fast in so many other areas. And Medishare's customer satisfaction rate is double that of health insurance. It's just a different experience, and people really like that. Medishare is an alternative to health insurance. It's a community of Christians who share each other's healthcare bills, and it's been going strong for over 25 years. It really is the gold standard, the most trusted name in healthcare sharing. Find out why people love it, find out why they rave about the customer service, and find out how good it feels to save some money right now. They're super easy to talk to. Here's the number, 833-34-BIBLE. That's 833-34-BIBLE, 833-34-BIBLE.
Thanks for tuning in to Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox here on your favorite station. You've heard the mention that this show did not have the official endorsement of the FBI, much like This Is Your FBI. And you heard that it was based on the Frederick L. Collins book, The FBI in Peace and War. Do you know that it's very interesting that I searched for about 20 minutes and I could not find a single historic review of This Is Your FBI at all on the internet. The only thing I could find were these references from a piece on the music you hear at the beginning of the show, the FBI March, which was based on a work by Sergei Prokofiev. And here's what was written. One such work of officially sanctioned propaganda was the 1943 book The FBI in Peace and War by Frederick L. Collins. With the support of the Crime Records Division as well as J. Edgar Hoover himself, Collins documented the transformation of the FBI from a minor agency within the Department of Justice into a highly professional force of stellar agents working to keep America safe from internal and external threats. Collins wrote up a series of sensational cases with special attention to the capture of Al Capone. Quoting, the order of succession in this hierarchy of demagogues, wrote a critic in his review of the New York Times, was Al Capone, Lindbergh, and J. Edgar Hoover. The book tells exciting stories about the fine work of Mr. Hoover's tireless agents, to which he may sometimes and often, too often, seem to be a martinet. The director indeed comes in for a lot of fulsome adulation. Hoover himself, who penned the foreword, noted that the account was not in any way controlled or censored, but truthful. The FBI in Peace and War served as the basis of the CBS radio show by the same name. Unlike the book, however, the series was not officially sanctioned. So there you go. That indicates that there may be similarities, but it's not at all. And of course, you can't be when the show ran as long as it did. The FBI in Peace and War ran on CBS from November 25th of 1944, shortly after the book's publication, to September 28th of 1958. Now back to the FBI in Peace and War. This episode, originally broadcast August 24th, 1955, double play.
Act 2 of tonight's story, Double Play.
And the following warning is being issued for the guidance of all persons frequenting the nation's baseball parks. Recent complaints reaching this office indicate that a man posing as Luke Welker...
Chief.
Yes?
Those men are here from the FBI now.
Oh, good. All right, Ryan, we'll finish this up later on. Come in. Hello, gentlemen. Come in. Pull up a couple of chairs. And, Ryan, no interruptions, please, while these men are here. Oh, sit down, please.
Thank you.
Either one of you smoke cigars?
Strictly cigarette men, Chief. Thanks anyway.
You'll find some in that box right next to you. Now, here's that letter I spoke about over the phone. The commissioner should be here any minute now. He can fill you in on what I miss. Down to size, it's the same story they've been getting. Only this time the victim decided to put it in writing.
No signature, though.
No, this is anonymous like all the others. And like the others, this fellow was really burned.
At baseball or at Luke Welker?
He thinks at Luke Welker. Of course, he still has no idea he was dealing with a phony. Oh, there's a letter right there, Mr. Reynolds.
Oh, thanks.
It seems the victim this time was a bachelor. He met Welker's look-alike in the usual way through the Sister Act. She let him in on the supposed fixed game. Now he's letting us in on how Welker crossed him.
He doesn't say in the letter that he put up any money himself.
Do they ever say that?
Unfortunately, never. And the minute they find out the real truth of the swindle, they shut up tighter than ever.
Well, that's what I told the commission. They said you'd think the least people like that would do would be to cooperate.
Cooperate and admit they tried to cash in on a fraud?
That's what I told them. And that's where you people come in.
Uh-huh.
Now, this is a serious business, gentlemen. I don't have to tell you that. Baseball is clean as a whistle. And no cheap crook is going to muddy up its good name.
Even though the whole setup's a phony.
Well, you know how word spreads, phony or not. Pretty soon people begin to believe it. Baseball is honest, Mr. Stevens. It's the one game you can count on. Yes. Oh, thanks, Sergeant. Send him in. Well, he's here, gentlemen. If that letter and what I've just said haven't provided the picture, I'm sure this official can give you the full story on just how these swindlers play ball.
Going into the stands, Vera. How do you like that, Luke? Huh? How do you like that powerhouse brother of yours?
Hello, honey. Where are you?
Knew it was me, huh?
The ball game's been over almost 2 hours. I've been waiting a good word.
Well, it's good, all right. Only keep your voice down.
Bauer's still with you?
We're at the big club having a highball. And believe me, he needs one.
You gave him the routine?
I did. And wouldn't you know, this character's taking it harder than any of them?
Well, they all take it hard, but they still want in. You take my word, Bauer's a money man like the rest.
We'll find out anyway. Can you fix it for the team locker room end of the week?
Sure. There's no game Friday. I can arrange to have the run of the place. You better get back to him, Vera, before he cries in his beard.
Okay, honey. See you later.
Right. See you later.
There, I wasn't long, was I?
What can I tell my boys? What? And Luke Welker, of all people, Luke Welker!
Oh, you're not still brooding over that, Walter. I'm sorry I let it slip. Really, I am.
I can't take it in, Vera. I just can't.
Now stop being so naive, dear.
Naive, yes, I certainly must be. I could have sworn on a stack of Bibles that baseball, of all sports...
Oh, I shouldn't have mentioned it. Honestly, I don't know what got into me.
No. I'm glad you did. A fellow like me wants the truth, even if it hurts. And besides, I was thinking...
Yeah?
Well, I was thinking if a fellow was in the know. I mean, if he knew in advance just which game it was,
He could make himself a pile of money.
Well, couldn't he?
Walter, how do you think my brother maintains a bank account in 6 figures?
6 figures?
Well, you know baseball. A player's life is 6, maybe 8 years, if he's lucky. Now, you don't think a man like Luke's going to settle for salary and cheers?
Gambling.
Gambling on a sure thing. Luke learned that over the years.
I'm learning every day. Say, Vera.
Yes?
You don't suppose, that is to say,
Yes, Walter?
Oh, never mind. It was just a crazy idea.
What was?
Nothing. Forget it.
He might, Walter.
Huh?
My brother might let you know which game in advance. That was your crazy idea, wasn't it?
Well,
It was, wasn't it?
Well, yes, it was, but it's plain crazy, so forget it.
That's what you want.
He might let me know? You mean that?
Funny, I thought your reaction'd be different. I thought you'd be so outraged.
I am, Vera, outraged and disappointed. But,
But what?
Why fight City Hall? Huh?
What'll you tell your boys?
Oh, why tell them anything? Your brother might let me know, Vera, huh?
I can't speak for Luke, but I can get the two of you together. Now, Luke has batting practice tomorrow, and... Oh, why do I like you so much?
You can get us together, that's good enough for me. I didn't get to the top of shirts on pull, you know. Vera, you're a peach, a real peach.
Now, remember, I didn't say he would let you in, Walter. All I said was he might. The rest is up to you.
What's that, Mr. Welker?
I said, what's that you said?
What?
What's that you said?
I said, how about letting a good friend of your sister's in on the next fix?
What's that?
I said...
I heard what you said. I meant, just what do you mean by that?
What? What didn't Vera tell you?
Vera told me you had something to talk to me about. That's all Vera told me.
Oh.
Now, suppose you tell me just what you meant by the next fix, huh?
Shh, these locker rooms have ears.
Tell me, that's all.
Well, Vera did indicate that you were touchy on the subject, and I just thought, well, if you would merely tip me off in advance when you were planning to drop a game.
Bauer.
Yes?
Just how would I know such a thing in advance?
How? Oh, come on, Luke.
You better get out of here, Bauer, fast.
Now, Luke.
You heard me out. Luke Welker won't take slurs on the good name of baseball, even from a friend of my sis.
Now, see here.
Get out. I'm warning you while I still remember you're a friend of hers.
Yeah, and while I still remember that 0 for 16 last year.
What?
You haven't forgotten that series, have you?
Shh. These locker rooms have ears.
You haven't, have you?
You aren't a police officer.
What?
FBI?
I'm in shirts, Mr. Welker.
Shirts? Well, for a minute there. Walt, you got me in an embarrassing position, you know that?
Yes, I know, but Walter Bauer is the very soul of discretion. Ask anyone in Oklahoma. Nothing goes beyond me.
That sister of mine, she told you, huh? One high ball and she's a regular phonograph.
No, you're wrong there. I had to pull this out of her. So?
So? What can I do? You win, Walt. You'll be tipped off in advance. Like I say, you got me in an embarrassing position. What can I do?
Act 3 of tonight's story on the FBI in Peace and War. Double Play.
Memorandum, Ray Luke Welker impersonation. Confirmation report by Agent Reynolds, man seen in company, alleged swindler resembling famous baseball player. Man identified as Oklahoma shirt manufacturer. Reynolds and the undersigned, following through with round-the-clock surveillance, will advise developments. Sign it, Stevens.
Yes, who is it?
It's me, Vera. Benny.
Oh, come on up.
Benny?
On his way up.
Good. I don't want to be late for the stadium. As soon as we place our bets, I'll be going. Brought your money, Walt?
I did.
10,000.
That's right.
Cash.
That's what you said.
Well, I know Benny just laughs at checks from a stranger.
He won't give us any trouble, will he, Luke?
He
Benny?
probably will, but you leave that to me.
I'm grateful to you for this, Luke. Grateful to you both.
Skip it. My dear sister pulled a bonehead play, and I'm stuck with it.
Now, Luke.
Skip it, I said, and fix us a drink. We can... Skip the drink, too. Here he is.
Oh, upstairs.
Come in, Benny.
Close the door quick, Vera. Anyone follow me?
Follow you?
Yeah, look.
I don't think so, Benny. I've been watching for you all this time out the window.
Oh, good. I've shaken him. Okay, let's have your money. And then... Who's this?
A friend of mine. I think you two have already met, haven't you?
Yes,
What's the idea, Vera? You should know
Benny.
better than to have anybody around... Huh?
Mr. Bauer is also a friend of mine. He's going to place a bet with us.
He's what?
Benny?
The conclusion of the FBI in Peace and War from August 24th, 1955, along with part one of a six-part yours truly Johnny Dollar story, The Kranesburg Matter, comes up following these important words. You're listening to Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox.
Whether you're taking your pets on the road or a walk around the block, you need to be aware of heat stroke. Hi, I am Dr. Jose Arce, immediate past president of the American Veterinary Medical Association. It's important that pets get out and enjoy the warm weather and fresh air, but here are some reminders to help keep your pets safe in the heat. Tune into the day's forecast to see how hot it will be. Limit exercise on hot days or schedule walks earlier or later on the day when it's cooler. If outside, stay on the grass instead of the hot pavement. Make sure your pet has unlimited fresh water and access to shade. Never leave your pet in a closed vehicle, and leave your pet at home in air conditioning when you go out. If you see signs of heat strokes in your pet, such as excessive panting, drooling, unsteadiness, or abnormal gum and tongue color, call your veterinarian or nearest emergency clinic. For more info on summer pet safety, visit avma.org. That's avma.org.
Now on Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox, the conclusion of the FBI in Peace and War, August 24th, 1955.
You out of your mind? Are you two gone out of your head?
Benny, will you stop shouting and listen? Mr. Bauer knows all about this.
He does?
He does.
How does he know?
What's the difference how? He knows, and he's going to place a bet.
Okay, Luke, if you say so. A couple of bucks token bet, huh, Mr. Bauer? $5? 10?
Well,
10,000, Benny, same as me.
10,000?
Well, 5, maybe.
Oh, that's decent of you, Walt. With the same bet as me, I promise that's what it's going to be.
I can't
10,000.
place that kind of dough around. Look, I'm sorry, but you'll have to count me out of this.
Benny.
It's no use, Vera. I'm sorry.
What if Luke didn't place a bet this time?
What's that?
What if he didn't, Benny?
Now, hold on a minute, Vera.
Look, you made a promise to Mr. Bauer. If Benny can't place for both of you, at least he can for him.
Yeah, I know, but...
How about it, Benny?
Well, oh, sure, Vera. One or the other I can handle, only not both. It's up to Luke.
Well?
Fine, how do you do? Can't even get in my own play.
Oh, good, then it's settled. Walter.
I have the money right here, 10,000 even. Cash. There you are, Mr. Case. I'm beholden to you, sir, and have no fear I'm going to make this worth your while.
Worth my while. You know what the bookies would make out of me if they ever got wind of... Well, I'd better blow if I'm going to get this down. So long, folks. I'll be back with the payoff.
Benny.
Oh, yeah.
Good odds, huh?
Very good.
Well, what do you say you put something down for me, huh? Measly grand, anyway.
Oh, sorry, Luke.
500. Here, nice, crisp new bill.
Nothing doing.
A lousy century.
Nope, sorry. I thought you said I wasn't followed. I thought you said you were watching for me all this time.
I was.
And who's those two characters standing out there?
What two characters?
Nay, Benny, don't overplay your hand.
Who's overplaying?
Benny, there's nobody following you. There's nobody out there. Stow it, will you? He's not that dumb. Get out of here.
Not me.
What's the trouble, Luke? Can I help?
No. You stay right here, Walt. Mr. Case just has some fanciful notion somebody's out in the hall.
I sure do.
There's no one out there, Benny. Now go on, open the door. Open it, you hear me?
I hear, but I won't open.
Very well, I will. There, now, you see.
He sees, Luke. How about you?
Huh?
You are Luke Welker, aren't you?
Yeah, I mean, no.
He means yes.
Yes?
Who are you?
FBI.
He means no.
No.
Walter, take my advice. Stay out of this.
What is the meaning of this intrusion?
As if you didn't know.
You're under arrest. That's the meaning.
Arrest?
Stay out, Walter. Take my advice.
Just what am I under arrest for?
Fraud, impersonation, transportation of stolen funds. That money you're waving about. Let's have it, please.
Huh? This money?
That money.
You mean his money? This is my money, honest.
Gentlemen.
Take my advice, Walter. Stay out.
Let's have those bills, Luke.
They're mine, I tell you. Benny, tell them.
You can both tell us at headquarters when we book you.
Book who?
You.
Me?
All of you.
Will someone kindly tell me what this is about?
Yeah, Walter, I'll tell you. It's about baseball. Seems the game isn't crooked after all.
Crooked? I should hope not. Luke and me got a double sawbuck riding on this pennant race.
Yeah, I'd hate to think we wasn't getting an honest play. Oh, what are we waiting for, copper? Let's go.
It took a jury less than an hour to convict Benny Case and Sid and Vera Romer on charges of fraud and transportation of stolen property. Each was sentenced to 6 years in prison, and Romer will face a further charge of impersonating the ball player, Luke Welker. For the present, our books are closed on the trio that struck out while trying to put across a double play.
In tonight's story, Connie Lemke played the part of Vera Romer, Eric Dressler was Walter Bauer. This radio dramatization for the FBI in Peace and War was written by Jack Anson Fink. These programs are produced and directed by Betty Mandeville. All names and characters used on the program are fictitious. Any similarity to persons living or dead is purely coincidental. This program is based upon Frederick L. Collins' copyrighted book, The FBI in Peace and War, and the broadcast does not imply endorsement, authorization, or approval by the Federal Bureau of Investigation.
And that Sergei Prokofiev song, Taking the Show Out. August 24th, 1955, the FBI in Peace and War here on Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox. Now on Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox, the first part of the 6-part Yours Truly Johnny Dollar story, The Kranesburg Matter, from August 24th, 1956.
From Hollywood, it's time now for...
Johnny Dollar.
Bob Lauder, Johnny, Tri-State Guarantee.
Hiya, Bob. Been a long time.
I wish it were a longer time.
Nothing personal in that, is there?
No, just bad temper. I'm on the prod, Johnny. We had a pearl necklace swiped, and it's got me irritated.
Does the same thing to an oyster, the way I hear.
Yeah, but in reverse. If an oyster gets irritated, he makes a pearl. I lose a pearl, I get irritated. Right now, I'm irritated 38 pearls worth.
Say it money.
20,000 clams. Ever hear of Smiley Pearl?
Smiley Prowl. Oh, sure. Small-time jewel thief. Couple of raps. Haven't heard of him lately, though.
Well, you're here now. He phoned us from Ohio an hour ago. Says he's got the necklace and wants to talk a deal.
Who's your client?
Girl named Melba Crane, a real snooty-tooty, the way I get it. Owns a town or something. Anyhow, it's named after her family, Kranesburg, Ohio.
Well, if I can find it on the map, I'll see about a plane reservation.
Don't bother, Johnny. You already got one.
Tonight, and every weekday night, Bob Bailey in the transcribed adventures of the man with the action-packed expense account, America's fabulous freelance insurance investigator.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar. From Special Investigator Johnny Dollar to the Home Office Tri-State Guarantee Company, Hartford, Connecticut. The following is an accounting of expenditures during my investigation of the Kranesburg Matter. Item 1, $105.35, incidentals in Hartford and transportation to Kranesburg, Ohio. I checked into the hotel, the Crane Hotel, incidentally, and per instructions, waited for contact by one Smiley Prell, jewel thief. That Crane name was beginning to run out of my ears, so for the moment at least, I postponed calling on the family itself. As it happened, though, the family came to me, or at any rate, one of them did. Come in.
My name is Phineas Crane, Mr. Dollar. May I...
Oh, sure. Come on in, Mr. Crane.
Thank you, sir.
You're related to Miss Melba Crane?
Melba is my niece.
And the necklace belonged to her?
That is correct. It was her own personal property, not a part of any family holding.
Oh, I see. Well, sit down, won't you, Mr. Crane?
Oh, well, thank you. Thank you very much.
Just who constitutes the family you mentioned?
Well, as a matter of fact, Mr. Dollar, only Melba and myself now. We're the last remaining survivors. Now I see you're unpacking, sir. But you just go right ahead and forgive my intrusion.
Well, yeah, you did catch me a little by surprise. I just got in town a few minutes ago, and I wasn't expecting visitors.
Mr. Lauder of the insurance company wired that you were coming, and I was waiting here at the hotel.
Oh?
I understand the thief has approached you.
Well, no, not me personally, no. He phoned the main office in Hartford and talked to Lauder.
I see.
I'll probably hear from him sometime this afternoon.
Now, you say he, Mr. Dollar. Are you certain the call was from a man?
Lauder was certain. Do you have some reason to doubt it?
Oh, no, not at all. I just wondered.
The name he gave is a known jewel thief. Several previous convictions. Smiley Prell.
Yes, and the call was made from here in Kranesburg.
Yeah, that's right.
Is that? Well, that's very remarkable.
Why so?
Well, this is quite a small town, as you've no doubt noticed. Now, a stranger would draw attention and be somewhat conspicuous.
Oh, not necessarily. Smiley may have come here some time ago to establish himself. You may even have met him, Mr. Crane.
Oh, no. I'm quite sure that it's utterly impossible.
Did Lauder wire you a description?
No, of course not.
Then how can you be so sure?
Well, I just haven't met any strangers in the last few months. Not a one.
Oh, I see. Well, I am now at home. Can I order you up something from the bar, Mr. Crane?
No, thank you. No, I really have to run on. I only stopped in for a minute.
Did you have anything special in mind?
Oh, no, nothing at all.
I don't believe you, Mr. Crane.
I beg your pardon, sir?
Well, I just don't believe you. You care for a cigarette?
Oh, no, thank you. I never smoke. And I must say I fail to understand your implication.
You understand it, all right.
Mr. Dollar, I'm afraid...
Now, what is it, Mr. Crane? Is there something phony about the loss of that necklace?
Certainly not.
Then what's up?
I merely came here to offer my help, and Melba's too, of course. I wanted you to know that we'll be glad to cooperate fully in any action you may choose to take.
That's very generous of you. And your niece.
My niece? Well, she's a very remarkable girl, Melba is.
Oh?
Yeah, she's a trifle headstrong at times, of course. Not always inclined to use the best judgment.
Uh-huh. How has she shown this lack of judgment, Mr. Crane?
Oh, there's nothing specific at all, but I did want you... I did want to see you before you talk to her. You understand? Let you know kind of what to expect, as you might say. Well, naturally, she's very upset over the loss of her necklace.
I imagine.
You don't have any hope, I suppose, of recovering it?
Well, as a matter of fact, I have a lot of hope of recovering it. Possibly within 24 hours.
Oh, I see. Oh, well, no. Certainly Melba would be very happy to hear that. It was an engagement gift, you understand, from her fiancé, Dean Sellers, his name. Oh, yeah, she was quite broken up when it was stolen.
Well, a $20,000 necklace is a pretty fair loss. Now, Mr. Crane...
Oh, it's not the intrinsic value at all, Mr. Dollar.
No, I suppose not, since that part of it is covered by the insurance.
Yeah, yes, quite so. But I was referring to the sentimental attachments, you understand.
Oh, naturally.
And, of course, to the sheer beauty. Oh, it was lovely. lovely, Mr. Durant. You've seen the necklace, I suppose.
No, but I've got photographs of it.
Oh, yes, of course, yes, from the insurance company.
Yeah, it's quite an unusual ornament, with each pearl set individually in a platinum mounting. And the whole thing is... Oh, pardon me. Johnny Dollar.
This is you-know-who, Mr. Dollar. Is it all right to talk?
Yeah, go ahead, shoot.
All right. You know where the Green Lion Bar is?
I'll find it.
Well, meet me there then in hour and a half.
Check.
And I won't have it on me, Dollar, so don't go smarty pants on me or you'll be holding the sack. I just want you and me, you understand? No cops, huh?
I've been in this game a long time, Johnny.
Yeah, that's what I'm counting on, so I'll see you later.
That was the thief, I presume?
So he says.
Well, I've got to be running along now. If there's anything I can do...
Well,
Mr.
you can
Dollar...
finish what you were saying about your niece, if you will.
Oh, no. There was nothing, really. Not at all.
I see.
It's just that Melba is a bit too, impulsive at times.
Oh.
Headstrong, you know. She's young and she's foolish, but she never means any actual harm by it. No, not really, she doesn't. Now, I'm sure you understand that, Mr. Dollar. So, a good day, sir.
Item 2, $26 even. Deposit and first day's rental on a hired car. I checked on the location of the Green Lion, 15 minutes from the center of town, so there was plenty of time to follow up another angle before I went to meet Smiley Prell. I parked the car in front of the Kranesburg Bank, went inside and presented my credentials and a letter of introduction to Milton Borkley, president.
Step inside the office, Mr. Dollar. We'll have a little privacy at least.
Thanks, Mr. Borkley.
Have a seat.
All right, thanks.
Any recommendation of Bob Lauders is good enough for me. He handled a lot of investments for Tri-State. Fine company.
Nice company to work for.
Now, what can I do for you, Mr. Dollar?
Oh, it's just the usual routine check in cases of this kind. The general financial status of the Crane bunch.
You mean the Crane Chemical Company or the Crane family?
Well, I assume the two went together.
No, not for several years now. Melba's father sold the last of the family stock a while before his death. Neither Phineas nor Melba have 1 cent of ownership in the company.
I see.
Now, the company, of course, is in excellent financial condition.
It's the family we're concerned with.
Well, the picture is a little different. The fact is that although they're the social leaders of the town and everybody figures they're rolling in it, the Cranes are broke. Flat broke. Have been for a couple of years now.
But as I understand it, they live at quite a fancy estate out on the edge of town.
Sure, and it's mortgaged to the hilt.
That's very interesting.
Of course, lately, old Phineas seems to be going around with a pocket full of money. I don't know where he got it. It's a funny thing.
How lately? Since the necklace was stolen, or before?
Oh, long before. 2 or 3 months. The robbery was only last week.
Supposedly, at least.
No, I see what you mean, but it's not the answer. Melba wore those pearls to the country club dance just a few days before they were taken.
Well, it was an idea.
I'll give you a piece of advice, Mr. Dollar. Have more than just an idea before you get too rough with Melba Crane or her uncle.
Oh?
Yeah, money or no money, they're still top society here. The local aristocrats. And the town kind of takes care of its own.
Well, as I said, this is only routine. I don't have the slightest bit of evidence that the Cranes are trying to pull an insurance swindle. But I get paid to be suspicious, that's all.
Well, I've wondered myself where Phineas was getting the money.
Any ideas about it?
No, not unless he's been borrowing from his prospective son-in-law.
Dean Sellers, the lad who gave Miss Crane the pearls?
Yes.
How is he fixed financially?
A man who can afford a $20,000 engagement gift?
Yeah, we can assume he's eating regularly, I suppose.
Well, actually, I don't know too much about him. He's an out-of-towner, came here about 8 months ago. Doesn't bank with me.
I see.
But I will tell you one thing. If he doesn't have money now, he certainly will have before long. He's a go-getter, that boy.
Yeah, he must be. Here 8 months and engaged to the town belle.
Oh, he's a whirlwind. Keeps 6 or 8 projects going all at once.
For instance?
Real estate, business promotion, one thing and another. So busy, he even had to postpone the wedding. They were supposed to get hitched 3 weeks ago. Of course, I hear that may be due to,
Due to what?
Mr. Dollar, this whole thing is odd enough just on the basis of facts. The rumors, I think we'll skip. I'm sure you understand.
That was the second time I was supposed to, quote, understand, unquote. Phineas Crane was sure I could understand about his niece. And banker Milton Borkley was equally certain about the rumors. As a matter of fact, I understood less about the whole thing than I did when I first got in town. I wasn't getting anywhere. I was losing ground. Item 3, $1.40, 2 dry martinis in the Green Lion Bar while I waited for Smiley Prell. He was 20 minutes late, but he finally showed up, slipped into the back booth across from me.
Your dollar?
Right. Have a drink?
No, some other time. I only got about 1 minute.
All right. What's your price?
No price, not now.
Oh, look, Smiley, a minute is not long enough to do much bargaining.
I didn't come here to bargain.
Well, I did. And we assumed from the way you talked on the phone to Hartford, you felt the same way.
Just keep your shirt on, chum. We'll make a deal, all right, but later. Not right now.
Why not?
Because something's come up. I got to get it straightened out first.
What?
Never mind. Hey, look, you remember this address, 1412 North Oak Street, room 6. Huh? The boarding house. Now, you meet me there at 9 o'clock tonight.
Now, wait a minute. What's this all about?
I haven't got time, chum. Don't worry. You'll get your beads back one way or another.
What do you mean?
I mean that somebody's trying to hand old Smiley a real quick shuffle. First-class double cross. And I'm going to see to it that somebody gets it right in the neck.
Who's the somebody?
Never mind. You just sit tight and meet me at 9 o'clock. And I think I'll be in a position to give you a lot more than just the necklace. You understand?
Frankly, no.
Well, you will. You're going to understand real good before you're through. So stick around, dollar.
Now, here's our star to tell you about tomorrow's episode of this week's story.
Tomorrow, when somebody kisses the wrong somebody, and somebody gets burnt up over it, and then a gun is found in the ashes, man, it's murder. Join us, won't you? Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Truly, Johnny Dollar, starring Bob Bailey, is transcribed in Hollywood. Written by Les Crutchfield, it is produced and directed by Jack Johnstone. Be sure to join us tomorrow night, same time and station, for the next exciting episode of Yours Truly, Johnny Dollar. Roy Rowan speaking.
And because this episode aired on Friday, and the show wouldn't air again until Monday, somebody screwed up Roy Rowan's script, most likely. From August 24th, 1956, yours truly, Johnny Dollar on Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox. Yeah, the show this week was preempted. The first four parts would go Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, because of the Republican National Convention. And so this episode aired on Friday, and the remaining 5 episodes would begin on the following Monday. Yours truly, Johnny Dollar, here on Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox. And you don't have to miss a single episode. You can hear all our shows on classicradio.stream. That is classicradio.stream. Stream the shows there. You can find podcast episodes, podcast links, places where you can download the episodes. And you can also contact me, buy me a coffee, and learn more about classic radio collecting. Thanks for tuning in. Thank this station. Support their advertisers. Tell your friends the great radio shows are right here at this spot on the dial. Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox on your favorite radio station.